Hey, what's up, guys? Here we have an exclusive. I'm going to introduce something new to you. Now, I put out a video speaking on Death of a Thousand Cuts and how it's not one big thing that does you in, but a bunch of little things. And I didn't create that. Excuse me, I'm trying to put the pen on my top. Or is the top on my pen? But in all seriousness, yeah, I didn't create that, but I introduced it to some of you all, and made a video on it. But the reason why I put this out is because I was really reflecting on something that I find myself doing. See, I like to be open and honest with you all because it allows for me to be open and honest with myself, and vice versa. And that way, I can resolve to find a solution and find a better way. So anybody else going through this, they can get some value out of it and apply it to their own lives. So on a day like today where I have to watch my daughter, ironically, my mom's looking after her right now 'cause she's feeding her. But I found myself checking the notifications on Facebook and checking the notifications on Instagram, and I haven't even been putting out too much content. So as I was writing in my journal, I was just saying like I mean, I already understand this, but I was writing down like I need to use these platforms to create more. Like every time I go to check the notifications, in fact, every time I go to add more content on these platforms, then I should go check the notifications. I mean, the opposite works also. Every time you go check the notifications, put out more content. And so that got me thinking. And I was like, because I would consider, checking up on the social media stats, or having those 5 minutes to 15 minutes of scrolling, you know, five times a day or so. I found that to be a part of the Death of a Thousand Cuts. And I said, well, what if every time I wanted to check the stats on Facebook, or the notifications rather, what if I pulled out my book instead? And that really got my mind going. Every time I want to check, so here we go. Look, here's a challenge that I'm creating for us right here. Every time you want to check social media, you do 50 push-ups or 100, or you read 10 pages out of a book, or you write a page, or you write 300 words, you write 500 words. So let's start getting in the mindset of that. Let's just really just take the time to imagine what would happen if we replaced the cuts with herbs. Now, I was trying to think of a kind of a catchy name. I almost said Life of a Thousand Rubs. Because I was trying to think of something healing, Life of a Thousand Heals, or, none of that really fits. So we're going to call it herbs. Alright? Because, a lot of herbs are used for healing, as you all know. So it really got my mind going, especially because these days, I'm starting to become more and more aligned. And as I read through my natal chart, and I'll make a video on natal charts and why you all should get yours, get your readings and all that, see what's going on in the stars. But as I was reading through it, one of the things that they suggested to me is that I should up the speed, focus more on speed, getting things done. So it really brought me to this conclusion, and I'm really excited about this. Because I talked about possible solutions, and I was kind of going off the fly off the top of the dome, and I didn't really have it all written down. So I was thinking about possible solutions. I was talking about, put things towards the end of the day, make a block of time for this or whatever. But one thing that I was not thinking about is that, hey, replace the cuts with something that will heal you. Duh. See, this is why I like doing videos like this. This is why I like putting out content where I am mentally, because I know that I may find myself somewhere else in a couple of days or so. And that is the case. And it's clicking right now. So to wrap this all up, replace the cuts, those little tiny cuts, with little herbs, with a hit here, a hit there, or a dose there, a dose, you know, however you choose to put your own spin on it. So again, that's and instead of doing something wasteful like scrolling when you're not going to go to social media and add content, then you pull out the book and you read a few pages. Then you write a few pages, or you take that time to meditate, or you take that time to journal, or you take that time to did I just say workout? You take the time to work out. Little things that can help you, that will add up throughout the day. I think like, because it's the first thing that comes to my mind. If you resolve to do 500 push-ups in a day, you'd be really surprised how fast you can get that done. And focusing on speed. Not even just throughout the day, because there you go right there. It's nothing to do 100 push-ups 5 times in a day. But one thing I used to do was I would try to do 100 push-ups per song. If I had the music going. So over the course of 25 minutes or so, I knock out 500 push-ups. It's a good way to time it. Actually, I might get back into doing that. It's just I try to train myself not to work out with music and try to pull something from within. But anyway, all right. So that's Life of 1,000 Herbs. I hope you take on my little mini challenge, and I really hope this helps, because now I'm about to start doing it. I like to introduce things not only when it's broken in, but as soon as I'm embarking on this particular journey. So best wishes. It should be of some great use. Take care.